We have an amazing superpower that is usually way underestimated. That is the power of choice. Our choices determines how we go through life, how we experience life, all the little choices we make, but especially the big choices we make. And one of the biggest choices we can make is to choose to see the world as basically hostile or basically friendly. And obviously, this is kind of a little black and white because the world contains it all. But our inner guidance system that we're using, is that set for maneuvering through a dangerous world, or is it set for maneuvering through a user-friendly world? What we choose as our focus, what we choose to believe about the world, will really give us the rest of the experience of the world. For instance, if I decide that this world is a dangerous place to be, I set my navigational tool for avoiding the dangers, and I will be on the lookout for danger. And everything that doesn't kind of match that will pass me by. On the other hand, if I set my GPS up for this is a user-friendly universe, this is a user-friendly world, a mostly friendly world, I will look for that in the world, and things that doesn't match that will kind of pass me by. And that means that I'll have the feeling of security and safety and peace of mind as I go through this perceived friendly universe, as opposed to feelings of fear, of caution, of being on a lookout, being alert. And that will color the entire experience. Let me give you an example of how this works. I don't know if you are familiar with the yellow cap game. I was introduced to it by my son, who had learned it from a friend. And basically, in all its simplicity, it's a game that if you see a yellow car first and say it out loud, yellow car, you get to slap the other person. And after having been slapped a couple of times, I made it really important for me to notice the yellow cars first. And it was amazing because it seemed like the sales of yellow cars had exploded the moment I made that decision. Like the next week, I was seeing yellow cars that I had never seen before. And obviously, I know that probably they didn't sell more yellow cars. It was my attention that was filtering. So that now that I saw all the yellow cars, I still didn't particularly notice red cars, blue cars, white cars, black cars, all other color cars. It was the yellow cars I was seeing all over the place. And that's what happens when we make choices about what's important to us. So if we make the choice that it's important to see all the dangers in the world, we will not see all the peaceful things going on. We will not see all the red and the blue and the black and the white cars. We won't see all the peaceful things going on. We will notice everything that seems in any way dangerous. And that will fill our world. And that will give us our experience of the world as being really dangerous place to be, and feelings of insecurity, of fear, of fright, anxiety, stress. And we'll be living our lives in that emotional state. And on the other hand, if you're making your yellow car, what's important to you to notice? How the world works, how people get along, how it's a peaceful and safe place to be, and how it's supported you for your entire life until now you're still alive. That's what you'll look for and see in the world. And you'll get the experience of this life and this world being a pleasant experience, a peaceful experience, a safe haven to live in. So what choices we make have deep, deep impact on how we're living our lives. If you're living your life in scary land, there are a lot of actions that you're just not going to do. You're not going to take those actions. And if you're living your life in trusting land, there are actions that you will be taking. And actually, there'll be actions that you will not be taking also, that people in scary land will be taking. And then you might say, well, but isn't it better to live in scary land because then I'm taking care of myself? But what you'll find is that both people in scary land and in trusting land, they're still living. They're just having a huge difference in the experience of living. And let's imagine this is just like a stroll get down the street. And you are, let's say that the miseries of life are like holes in the ground. When you walk through life, you'll be so determined to see all the possible dangers, the possible holes in the ground. You're gonna live your life facing down, looking to the ground, securing yourself that you see the holes in the ground, that you're not tripping into them. And you're actually probably going to get a few scary moments, because as you walk down the street and you can't see very far apart, because you're looking right in front of you, sometimes you're almost tripping into those holes, right? And every time that happens, you get reconfirmed in your outlook in life that it's really, really dangerous. I almost tripped into that hole. It came onto me without a warning as I was walking down the street. And as you're walking down the street, looking out for the holes in the ground, you're not noticing the sunshine, the weather, the birds singing, the smell of the roses. You're not noticing the neighbor that said hi. You're not noticing people smiling at you. When you get home from that walk, all you will have experienced is holes in the ground and parts of the path that there were no holes in, that you survived, you were safe, and you got home. And the entire experience will just further your experience of this world being a dangerous place. And on the other hand, if you are choosing an outlook of trust, that doesn't mean that you go blindfolded through life and that you can't see what's in front of you. On the contrary, when you're trusting, you're looking up. You notice the blue sky, you notice the birds singing, you notice the smell of the roses. You see the neighbor saying hi to you. You can greet him back, get a relationship going. You see the people smiling at you as you go. You also notice all the people looking really determinedly down into the ground, making sure they are safe. But the thing is, as you're looking up, you have a great outlook in front of you. So when there are holes in the ground, you can see them from afar. You'll rarely ever get the experience of almost tripping into it, because you'll have seen it way ahead and can just smoothly walk around it. No danger there. And as you come home from your walk, you will also be confirmed in your outlook on life that, wow, this is a friendly world. People were smiling. There was a neighbor greeting me. There were roses smelling great. There were a few holes in the ground. I could see them from afar and just move easily around them. No danger. And it's not even about truth, because there is no truth of the matter. There's only the choice we made in the beginning of focusing on danger, of focusing on trust. The world really isn't either dangerous or safe. It probably holds a little bit of both. But our choice in seeing it in either way determines all of our experience of this world. So the choices that we make are really, really important. And one of the greatest choices to make is to see this world as dangerous or as safe. So up to you. What choice are you making about this world, about this life, about your life as you're living it?